Hello, lovely people, and welcome back to another video. Please, if you haven't watched the prior pre-market analysis videos, I'll link it to this video right here so that you can follow through to the detailed version of the analysis. So with yesterday's trade, yesterday's New York session trade, I caught a sell right after the news during the New York session open. Okay, price ended up um giving this rejection in this H4 supply right here. Okay, I'll go to the H4. When we go to the H4, you see this supply, price ended up giving a halt in the supply. So then if price is given an exhaustion in the buy volume, then I I'm going to look for a sell to take price to a demand. Okay. So I ended up catching the sell. Sorry, I ended up catching the sell. I initially took a first loss and got to this 163 win. So I made a 2 hour on this trade. And right this morning, this landing session, price was still in this H4 supply. So I ended up taking another sell from this H4 supply. So I made a mistake right here. Once I took the entry, once I took the entry, price found a demand on the 15 minutes, sorry, the H5 time frame. Okay. So I didn't close my entry here. I always go for 10 pips and price didn't get to my 10 pips and price retraced. Okay, reversed back into my position. I was adjusting my stop loss and I ended up closing the trade right here for a 0.85 RR. So in all, I made 2.5 RR. So what is EURUSD doing today? So since we are in an H4 supply, obviously we'll be looking for sales, which the London session gave some sales. So the next thing for price to do high probability will be price to find this H1 demand right here. It's in confluence with an H4 demand. Okay, in confluence with this H4 demand right here. So yes, it's either price gives a move there or continue the bullish impulse. So this H4 has been invalidated and currently price is using this H4 for the move. So yes, overall, EURUSD is still bearish, currently in a sell side liquidity on the H4 on the daily time frame, but on the 1 hour time frame, EURUSD is bullish. Okay, so it's either this demand, this H4 in confluence with this H1 demand will decide if this bullish move is actually to invalidate the sell side liquidity or to find the sell side liquidity volume to then continue on the trend. So it's either today these demands here will be invalidated. If these demands don't get invalidated and we invalidate this high, that means price is still going to look for a good volume in the sell side liquidity until the sell side liquidity is invalidated. So that's it for EURUSD. On XAUUSD price is now in the daily supply right here. Okay, price is in the daily supply in confluence with this H4 supply right here. So this H4 has been invalidated. This H1 has been invalidated. And yes, our next demand, when price finds a supply, is higher probability that price finds a demand next. So our next demand on the H4 will be this demand right here. And also we could see on XAUUSD that price is now currently bullish. Okay. So on the daily time frame, price is just looking for volume in the sell side liquidity, but on the 4 hour time frame, price is bullish. So this bullishness on the 4 hour time frame is just the move to look for the daily sell side liquidity, as simple as that. Okay, so this bullish move is to find sell side liquidity to then continue the bearish move. So in this 4 hour time frame, if we invalidate this demand right here, or if price moves up further to create another demand and that demand gets invalidated, that means there's higher probability sells from the sell side liquidity. So it's likely price will continue the bearish move if the demand gets invalidated. And also on the H1, on the H1. Okay, we have an H1 supply also here. Price is currently trying to give an impulse from, and the next demand that price is likely to distribute to will be this demand, H1 demand right here. Okay, so if today price is able to invalidate this demand, nothing is stopping price here from reaching this H4 demand. All right, and that will we can slightly say that price has found sell side volume in the daily sell side liquidity. Okay, so XAUUSD is bullish on the 1 hour, 4 hour, but on the daily time frame, price is just going to find the sell side volume in the sell side liquidity. As simple as that. So it's either if this supplies, if these supplies here gets invalidated, price is still going up further to go and find perfect volume in the sell side liquidity on the daily time frame. Okay, so yes, that's it. But if this demand gets invalidated, that means price has found a sell side volume in the daily sell side liquidity and has a high probability of continuing on the bearish trend. When we go to BTC USD, on BTC USD, yesterday I said that price is likely price finds this H1 supply here, and this is the supply that price is currently dancing in. Okay, so the next supply will be this supply right here, and we also have an H4 supply in confluence. So yes, price, let me see on the daily time frame. On the daily time frame, once again, sell side liquidity, price is probably going to find volume in the sell side liquidity, and on the 4 hour time frame, price is still bearish. We haven't invalidated this high yet. So yes, maybe we might validate this high today, and that will create a new buy side liquidity. If price finds this daily supply and a demand in this new buy side liquidity doesn't get invalidated, and that demand gives a move to invalidate the daily sell side liquidity, then there's a high probability that BTC is now becoming bullish. Okay, so BTC on the higher time frames are still bearish. Price likely to invalidate the H4 bearish trend today to create a buy side liquidity, but the daily sell side liquidity will decide the movement of will decide the bullish trend. Okay, so yes, that's it. That's it for today. BTC USD currently bullish, going to find a sell side liquidity on the daily time frame. XAU USD currently bullish, going to find daily sell side liquidity. And on EURUSD, currently bullish, also going to find sell side liquidity. So that's it for this video. I'll be very happy and very grateful if you like, subscribe, and leave a comment for me. Thank you once again, and see you in the next video. Peace out.